What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work our way through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We're currently in the F1 2011 season for round 14 or 13, I think this is, of the 2011 season, season 2 of this Rags to Riches, the sequel. And we are here at the Singapore Grand Prix, which means one thing: we are changing our helmet for this weekend. And which one we're going to go for? We're going to go for this one. Helmet number 4. Looks a bit luminous. Looks like it might light up in the night sky. So we're going to change it for a special occasion. And looking at the standings before we go into today's episode, we've moved up into P5 after getting a fantastic race win last time around at the Italian Grand Prix. Not too sure still how I got that race win at the Italian Grand Prix yesterday, but it was a great result for me. And I'm really happy with P5 now in the championship. We're still trying to push those, try and get P3. And maybe try and get a Force India seat for next season. But at the moment, we're in a Williams seat. That's not too bad. We just don't want to be demoted into Toro Rosso, which it looks like won't happen at the moment because Lewis Hamilton is just so far behind us right now. We have got an email to talk about before we go into today's race. It's going to be raining in practice, light cloud during qualifying, and light cloud during the race. That shouldn't really affect us too much. The team wants to get 7th in qualifying and 4th in the race. Got pole position last year in the F1 2010 season. Unfortunately, we could only convert that into an 8th place after a couple of spins. So we'll be looking to maybe try and sort that out here today. But without any further ado, let's head over to the race weekend for the Singapore Grand Prix. Here we go then. One-shot qualifying at the Singapore Grand Prix as we go down into the final double left-hander. Can we get the spot on? Yes, that's not too bad. Okay, maybe I messed up a little bit, but it's not too bad actually. We managed to get it across the line, and okay, right, let's get on with today's lap. Let's try and set the best lap we possibly can. Maybe try and get pole position like we did last season. That'd be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be maybe a little bit difficult, a little bit harder this year around. We have struggled to get pole positions this season, so I'm hoping maybe to try and get one here. But it's not too bad so far on the lap, but we just need to sort it out. Right, Singapore chicane. How do I do through here? Not too bad. That was actually really nice through there. One more corner left to go on this lap. What is the lap time going to be here today? Through the final corner now, flicking it through there. Into the final corner, across the line. It's not going to be pole. It's 13th place. Not too bad at the end of the day. 13th place is a pretty decent result. Unfortunately, not pole position like we secured last season. But 13th place, I can be happy with that. And hopefully we can get some good points in the actual race. So there we go, 13th position at the end of that qualifying session. Not too bad, just behind the two Toro Rossos once again. And losing out to those two guys by 0.2 of a second. And it was Mark Webber who gets pole position, very close between Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa in 2nd and 3rd, with Vettel in 4th, Hamilton in 5th, Button in 6th, and Petrov 7th, Schumacher 8th, Rosberg in 9th, and Nick Heidfeld rounding out the top 10. There we are in P13, once again out qualifying our teammate, which we need to do in the teammate battle, where he qualifies down 17th, and that is all really to talk about. So without any further ado, let's see what we can do in the race. It's race day. It is, of course, the Singapore Grand Prix, the only race on the calendar that starts in the night sky. And the team objective for finish today's race in 4th place. Our helmet is so shiny right now. We've changed our helmet for this race weekend, so just for a special one, as it is going to light up in the luminous sky. 8 to 6 at the moment in out qualified, so we still have the chance to pull it back against Rubens Barrichello, but we are absolutely destroying him across the rest of the field. Tyre strategy for today: we have qualified outside the top 10, so it's going to be primes for the start, and then options on lap 7. And tyre wear, just like Hungary, is quite bad. And we all know what happened there. There were a few AI drivers that have punctures, so maybe, just maybe, the same thing could happen here today. We're just going to have to wait and see. Anything else really to talk about? Not really. 0% chance of rain. So let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. Mark Webber lines up in pole position ahead of Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, with Jenson Button qualifying in P6, myself in P13, and then we have Rubens Barrichello, my teammate, down in the back of the field in P17. What can we do from 13th on the grid here today? The team want me to get 4th. Let's see if we can do that as the lights come on now. It's 5 red lights, it's lights out, and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. What can we do down in towards turn 1? We're going to take it nice and cautiously, because we do not want to go into the back of any of these drivers. We are unfortunately held on the outside, just trying to pick a gap, getting caught up behind a Mercedes, but now going around the outside in towards turn 3. Caught on the outside of Sebastian Buemi, and there we go, around the outside of the Swiss driver down towards turn 5. Now, can we pick a gap? Yes, we can, around the outside of Vitaly Petrov and possibly Lewis Hamilton as well. Lovely move around the outside in towards turn 5. Right, what can we do on Lewis Hamilton now? As we go down in towards this little kink of turn 7. Under braking now up the inside of Sebastian Vettel, getting the car turned in, squeezing him out and getting the job done. There we go, up into P4 already. A great start to today's race. That's a terrible line from Felipe Massa, and he just gave me absolutely nowhere to go then. But we're going to go side by side. Oh, what are you doing, Massa? Don't push me out wide, you plonker. Side by side still as we go through the right hand, and there we go, finally getting the job done. We're not too sure what Felipe Massa's sort of line was through that corner, but we managed to get through. We're up onto the podium right now, so what a start this has been in today's Singapore Grand Prix. Can we carry this momentum on and maybe try and get Fernando Alonso and Mark Webber as well? Can we make it back-to-back race wins here in Singapore? The concentration is so real right now. I am just literally focused on the track. That's why I'm hardly talking at the moment in this episode. Mainly as well because I've got absolutely nothing going on right now. I've got a 2-second gap to Alonso and a 1.2-second gap back to Felipe Massa as well. So I'm going to, once again, just shut up, keep driving, focus on the track and try and get the best possible result I can today. Fernando Alonso then comes into the pits here on lap 5 of this Singapore Grand Prix. That's going to push me up into P2. Mark Webber deciding to stay out. I'm going to be coming into pits on lap 7. So still a bit of a time left before I come in to make my pit stop. So that means I need to push on this lap, be as quick as I possibly can, and hope that Fernando Alonso gets held up by drivers behind him. Yellow flag has come out for some reason. Not too sure who's had an incident here today, as I was too busy focusing on the yellow flag that I nearly went into the wall at the Singapore Sling. I need to stop cutting that corner. You haven't seen it because I've not been talking over it, but I keep on cutting that little chicane there on the run down to the bridge. And I need to sort it out because otherwise I will get a penalty for corner cutting very, very soon. I think Massa may have had a problem here today because now it's Petrov who is in P3. So I think Massa may have had a crash out on track. I should really be coming into pits on this lap because my tyre wear is atrocious right now. But I've got to stay out for one more lap, otherwise the option tyres won't last either. Mark Webber deciding to stay out as well. So not too sure what sort of strategy he's going for. Surely he cannot make those option tyres last that long. If he can, then he is a magician. But he surely is running it very, very close to bursting one of those tyres. It's weird on this game. Some drivers are really good with tyre wear, others aren't. Mark Webber at the moment seems like he is one of those drivers that's quite good with the tyre wear. Oh, no, he's not, because he's gone. Mark Webber out of today's race as I've done a complete spin. Wow, that is why you do not focus on drivers. Oh, come on, Hayden, get this car sorted out. Mark Webber out of the race, though, because he has decided that he wanted to stay out on his option tyres for as long as he possibly could. And, yeah, didn't exactly work out too well for you, did it, Mark? He is out of today's race. Alonso is in third, so he's the guy we're battling with. He is 29 seconds behind me at that little point, but unfortunately I had that spin afterwards. So I'm not too sure what the gap is at the moment to Fernando Alonso. Hopefully it's not too much, because no, hopefully it's quite a bit, because I do want to stay ahead of those guys when I come out and make my pit stop. No, oh, for fuck's sake. And now I've gone and broken my front wing, because this tyre wear is atrocious right now. Oh, that means I'm going to have to fix my front wing when I look at the car. I just can't. And every time I put my foot down, I lose the back end. I'm struggling. I am struggling really badly right now with tyre wear. Come on, car. Just get back to the pits. Just make it back to the pits. 17 seconds is the gap to Alonso, plus an extra 8 to Lewis Hamilton. So I've overshot the pit entry, but into the pits we go. Right, I absolutely flew into that. That was illegal. That was an illegal pit entry, but I do not give a crap. I need to make up as much time as I possibly can, because I'm going to be getting a new front wing, and that's really going to slow me down. As long as I get out behind Fernando Alonso and still ahead of Lewis Hamilton, I will be quite happy. It's not actually going to be too far behind Fernando Alonso, I don't think. I may come out actually side by side with Lewis. Let's just wait and see. As we come out of the pits now, it's 30. No, it's going to be behind Lewis Hamilton. He has gone on to set the fastest lap of the race as well. So there goes Lewis, and out of the pits we go. Right, let's go hunt down Lewis Hamilton. Let's go get that McLaren driver, and let's see what we can do. Oh, I've done it again, for goodness sake. Oh, come on, don't break the other end. Stupid, stupid Hayden, come on. Right, wave yellow's in sector 3, but it doesn't seem like there's a problem at the moment, unless it's down the start-finish straight. Yep, there's a car. I can see him on the left-hand side, facing the wrong way. What on earth has gone on there? What on earth has gone on there? Right, we'll go all the way to the end. And who is it? It's a Lotus Renault with a dark helmet, which I believe is Nick Heidfeld, who somehow... Has he embedded himself in the wall? I think he has. Is his rear tyre in the wall? I'm not actually too sure. I can't see that. But, no, he's not actually in the wall. But, not too sure what on earth has happened there to Nick Heidfeld in today's race. But he's not going to be scoring any points, surely. Jenson Button down in 23rd place. Definitely closing in on Lewis Hamilton right now as we come down into the final corner of lap 9. 3 laps left to go in this race. And there we go. Fastest lap of the race so far. That's what we want to see. Can we get Lewis, though? Can we overtake Lewis Hamilton? Another purple sector here in Singapore, and still gaining on Lewis Hamilton as well. Just over a second, so we may actually get DRS on the McLaren driver. It's not too much bad, to be honest, if we finish in 3rd and Lewis Hamilton's in 2nd, because of course he is quite a bit behind us in the championship right now, and he is our main rival. He is the guy that holds on to that Toro Rosso seat. He's the guy that could knock us out of the Williams seat and put us in a Toro Rosso next season. So we would like to beat him, but at the end of the day, it's not that serious, as we do have DRS on Lewis Hamilton. That's going to help us gain down in towards turn 1. We won't be able to go for the overtake, though, just of yet. Just going to have to take it nice and cautiously under braking, though. But let's see what we can do in the next couple of corners. Wow, okay, see you later, other end of the front wing. Oh, come on. At least we can still turn, though. Damage isn't too bad on this game. So we're not actually struggling, especially at a track like this where there's not really many fast corners. Still very much on the back of Lewis Hamilton as we go down in towards, oh, possibly round the outside. Can we make this stick? We're going to try it. Oh, damn it. Not just able to go for that overtake around the outside, but it was a good try. A really solid effort around the outside there. And as we go into the back of Lewis Hamilton, sort of pushing him along, trying to find a way through. We've got 1 and a bit laps left to go of this race. Once again, going into the back of Lewis. Just get out of my way, pal. I'm quicker than you. Oh, God. Banging against the barrier again. That's not what I need to do in this race. Just keep it clean. I'd much rather get a 3rd place than no points. Right then, final lap of this Singapore Grand Prix, and one more chance to get past Lewis Hamilton. Can we do it? And where can we do it? We need to get past him as soon as we possibly can. We need to get past him. We need to get up into P2, and that could really help us challenge for that Force India seat in the championship. No, 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 no. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, P2. I think it's over. I think it's over. I don't think there's going to be a chance of me getting the back with Lewis Hamilton. We'll wait and see as this lap progresses, but I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Okay, we might still have a chance. We are gaining quite a bit on Lewis at the moment as we go down in towards the hairpin. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely line. Okay, maybe not a lovely line through there. Come on. We just keep making too many silly mistakes. If we didn't spin the car, oh, Lewis is going very defensive. Okay, it's on. It's on. Last couple of corners. Can we get Lewis Hamilton? Come on. Come on. Not too long left to go in this race. I can do this. I can do this. Just follow behind him. Don't tap too many barriers. Don't go into the back of him like that. So close behind Lewis right now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can do this. I can do this. A few more corners left to go. In towards the right. Then the left. Fernando Alonso is today's race winner. Can I get Lewis down across the line? Last corner left to go. It's not going to be possible. I've run it very, very wide into the final corner. P3 at the end of the day, though. What a result on the podium, despite starting 13th on the grid. I reckon we could have possibly challenged for that race win had we not spun it after too busy looking at Mark Webber with his puncher. I'm not even too sure how many drivers finished this race. We will get to that in a second. But P3 onto the podium. What a fantastic result. I'm really, really delighted with the result here today. Fernando Alonso, though, he is today's race winner with Lewis Hamilton in 2nd and myself in 3rd. We're very close between the two of us, but unfortunately just messing it up too many times in the closing stages of that race. Nico Rosberg finishes in 4th with Sergio Perez 5th. Then it's Jaime Alguersuari up in 6th. Paul di Resta 7th. Adrian Sutter 8th. Rubens Barrichello gets points for the first time this season in 9th, with Kamui Kobayashi finishing in 10th. That's brilliant news for Rubens getting points this season. Michael Schumacher in 12th. Then we have Jerome D'Ambrosio in 13th. So who DNF'd? So we had Nick Heidfeld, who was actually 1 lap down in the end, so he did manage to get himself sorted out. Mark Webber had a DNF because of a puncher. So did Vitaly Petrov, I guess. Felipe Massa had a problem. Liuzzi had a problem as well. And so did Jenson Button and Sebastian Vettel. So, four of the championship contenders did not finish today. With the 2 other ones finishing ahead of me, unfortunately. How does this affect us all in the drivers' standings? Fernando Alonso, the curse of the leader of the Drivers' Championship, doesn't seem to be affecting Fernando Alonso so far this season. But will it happen in the next 2 races? Let's just wait and see. Sebastian Vettel, currently second, way off the pace at the moment of Fernando Alonso, with Jenson Button third. And I'm now only 2 points off of Massa and 9 points off of Jenson Button as well. We could have a Force India seat for next season. We could possibly take away that 3rd place from those guys in the championship, which would be absolutely incredible. Mark Webber finishing, no, not finishing, but at the moment in 6th, 20 points behind me. And Lewis Hamilton at the moment is 46 points behind me in the championship, which is a huge margin that he's going to have to work hard for if he wants to try and catch us up this season. Right, constructors standings, 4th still, way off the pace of the McLarens. Not really too focused on those guys, but we have got a bit of an increase of a lead over Mercedes GP as well, which is always good to see. But that is it for today's Singapore Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. Interview time then here after the Singapore Grand Prix. And have you thought about winning the title? How many times do I have to answer this question? No, I have not thought about winning the title. So it's not something I've given much thought to at the moment. I'm more focused on trying to get that 3rd position in the driver's standings to try and get the Force India seat. How do the team feel about your performance? I mean, they should be really happy. We started 13th, not the best of the qualifying sessions, but then managed to finish in P3. Probably should have finished higher if we didn't make the stupid mistakes. That spin that we made, too busy looking at Mark Webber, was just, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating. And possibly we could have been challenging with Fernando Alonso for the race win. So I think they're satisfied with our performance, but we could have done better. Do you expect interest from bigger teams? Yep. I'm hoping maybe to try and get a move to Force India for next season. But if I can stay with Williams again for another season, that will still be a pretty decent end to the season. And I'm pretty hopeful that we can still get good results in F1 2012. So at the moment, I'm just trying to, you know, I'm always open to negotiation. But at the same time, I'm just trying to do the best for my team right now. Great race today then at the Singapore Grand Prix. Another podium in this Rags to Riches, the sequel. I think that puts us on 9 so far for this series, which is pretty decent. 3 race wins, 5 podiums, sorry, in F1 2010, and then 3 race wins and a podium in F1 2011 so far. That gives us 9. So pretty good season so far. Let's have a look at the laptop. I think they're just congratulating me on the podium. Yes, they are for Singapore. 4th podium this year, which is pretty darn decent. Anything else to talk about? Yes, the standings going into the end of the episode. We are 5th in the standings, still Williams' seat, but this is crucial. We are 9 points behind Jenson Button, who currently holds that 3rd place, which will secure us as a Force India seat for next season. And we're only 12 points behind Sebastian Vettel as well. So we could certainly be challenging with those guys for that Force India seat. Fingers crossed, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens over the rest of the season. But that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula One content. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. We have got 5 races left to go of the F1 2010 season. Will it be a Force India, a Williams, or a Toro Rosso seat for F1 2012? You're just going to have to find out next time as we head over to Japan. But until then, it's goodbye from me.